What if God's plan for you involves breaking you? It's a daunting thought, isn't it? The idea that the divine might allow or even orchestrate moments of profound discomfort and pain in our lives can be unsettling. But what if these moments are not meant to harm us, but to shape us into something greater? What if he wants to make you whole again? Imagine the possibility that every tear, every heartbreak, and every struggle is a step towards a more complete version of yourself, a version that is stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. It's a thought that might make you uncomfortable. The notion that suffering has a purpose can be hard to accept, especially when you're in the midst of it. But what if embracing this discomfort is the key to unlocking a deeper understanding of yourself and your place in the world? But what if it's true? What if the trials and tribulations you face are not random acts of cruelty, but deliberate acts of love? Acts designed to refine you, to strip away the unnecessary, and to reveal the masterpiece within. C.S. Lewis, the renowned Christian writer and thinker, believed it was. He wrote extensively about the role of suffering in the human experience, offering a perspective that has comforted and challenged readers for generations. He understood that suffering is a part of life, but more than that, he saw it as an essential part of our spiritual and personal growth. To Lewis, suffering was not just an unfortunate byproduct of living, but a crucial element in the divine plan. Lewis saw it as a tool God uses. Just as a sculptor uses a chisel to shape a block of marble into a beautiful statue, God uses the chisel of suffering to shape our souls. Each strike, though painful, is a step towards revealing the beauty within. He believed God uses it to mold us into the people we're meant to be. The process is not easy, and it often feels like we are being broken apart, but in reality we are being put back together in a way that is more aligned with our true selves. Lewis's ideas are particularly relevant today. In a world that is constantly moving, where distractions are endless, and where the pursuit of happiness often leads us away from our true selves, his insights offer a path back to what really matters. We live in a world obsessed with comfort, and we seek out experiences that make us feel good and avoid those that cause us pain. But in doing so, we may be missing out on the very experiences that have the power to transform us. We avoid pain at all costs. We shy away from challenges and run from discomfort. But what if, by doing so, we are also running away from our own growth? What if the very things we are trying to avoid are the things that will make us stronger? Yet, as Lewis argued, it's often in those broken places that we find our true strength. It's in the moments of struggle and pain that we discover what we are truly capable of. We learn to persevere, to adapt, and to grow in ways we never thought possible. This essay will delve into Lewis's perspective on suffering. We will explore his writings and ideas and see how they can offer us a new way of understanding our own experiences of pain and hardship. We'll see how his insights can help us navigate our own journeys of pain and growth. By embracing the idea that suffering has a purpose, we can find meaning in our struggles and emerge from them stronger and more whole than before. C.S. Lewis was an Oxford scholar, a novelist, and a Christian apologist. His academic career at Oxford was distinguished, and he was known for his sharp intellect and engaging lectures. He was a man of many talents, seamlessly blending his scholarly pursuits with his creative endeavors. He is best known for his captivating stories, like the Chronicles of Narnia. These tales have enchanted readers of all ages, transporting them to a magical world where good battles evil, and where the power of faith and courage triumphs. The Chronicles of Narnia series remains a beloved classic, inspiring generations of readers, but Lewis also wrote extensively about faith, reason, and the human condition. His works delve into the complexities of belief, exploring the rational foundations of Christianity and the moral questions that arise in the human experience. His writings on theology and philosophy continue to be influential, offering profound insights into the nature of existence. He grappled with profound questions about suffering and God's role in it. Lewis did not shy away from the difficult aspects of faith. Instead, he confronted them head-on, seeking to understand the divine purpose behind human pain and suffering. His reflections on these topics are both intellectually rigorous and deeply personal. Lewis did this with intellectual honesty and deep empathy. He approached these questions not just as a scholar, but as someone who had experienced deep personal loss and hardship. His ability to connect with readers on an emotional level made his writings resonate with a wide audience. Lewis's own life was marked by suffering, He faced numerous personal challenges, which profoundly influenced his worldview and his writings. His experiences of loss and pain gave him a unique perspective on the human condition. He experienced the loss of his mother at a young age. This early tragedy had a lasting impact on him, shaping his understanding of grief and loss. It was a formative experience that would echo throughout his life and work. He also saw the horrors of war firsthand. Serving in World War I, Lewis witnessed the brutality and devastation of conflict. These experiences left an indelible mark on him, influencing his views on human nature and the capacity for both good and evil. These experiences deeply shaped his worldview. They led him to ponder the larger questions of life, faith, and the human experience. His reflections on these topics are woven throughout his writings, offering readers a window into his profound and contemplative mind. They led him to explore the relationship between pain and faith. Lewis sought to understand how suffering could coexist with a loving and omnipotent God. His writings on this subject are some of his most poignant and thought-provoking, offering a nuanced perspective on the role of suffering in the spiritual journey. Lewis emerged from these trials with a profound understanding. His insights into the nature of suffering and its place in the human experience are both comforting and challenging. He offered a vision of faith that embraced the complexities of life rather than shying away from them. He saw suffering not as a contradiction to God's love, but as a path towards spiritual maturity. For Lewis, the trials and tribulations of life were opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. His writings continue to inspire and challenge readers to this day, offering a timeless exploration of faith, reason, and the human condition. Pain is a universal language. It speaks to us all, regardless of where we come from or who we are. It transcends culture, age, and belief systems. No matter our background, we all understand the language of pain. We all experience it in different forms, physical, emotional, or spiritual. It can be a sharp, sudden pain, or a dull, lingering ache. Pain has the power to stop us in our tracks. It can bring our lives to a standstill, forcing us to confront our vulnerabilities. It makes us question everything, including our faith. In moments of deep pain, we often find ourselves searching for answers. When we face hardship, we often ask, why? Why me? Why now? These questions can haunt us, leaving us feeling lost and alone. We wonder why a loving God would allow us to suffer. This question has puzzled humanity for centuries, leading to deep philosophical and theological debates. We might even feel anger, resentment, or doubt. These emotions are a natural part of the human experience when faced with suffering. These feelings are not uncommon. In fact, they are shared by many who walk the path of pain. They are a natural human response to pain. It's important to acknowledge and validate these emotions rather than suppress them. Lewis himself wrestled with these questions. He explored the depths of human suffering and its implications on faith. He acknowledged the difficulty of reconciling suffering with a loving God. His writings reflect a profound struggle to understand the purpose of pain. Yet he also believed that our pain has a purpose. It is not meaningless. It can lead to growth and transformation. It can refine us, strengthen us, and draw us closer to God. Through our suffering, we can find deeper meaning. Pain can also bring us closer to one another. It fosters empathy and compassion as we recognize our shared humanity. In our darkest moments, we can find solace in knowing that we are not alone. Others have walked this path before us and have found their way through. Pain can be a catalyst for change, prompting us to seek out new perspectives and solutions. It can inspire us to make a difference in the world. Ultimately, pain is a part of the human experience. It shapes us, teaches us, and helps us grow. By embracing it, we can find strength and resilience. And in the end, we may discover that through our pain, we have become more compassionate, more understanding, and more connected to the world around us. In his seminal work, The Problem of Pain, Lewis tackles the age-old question of why a good God allows suffering. He argues that pain, while unpleasant, is a necessary part of our existence. Lewis compares it to a surgeon's scalpel. It hurts, but it's essential for healing. Lewis challenges the notion that God's primary goal is our happiness. Instead, he posits that God desires our holiness. Suffering, Lewis argues, is often the tool God uses to chisel away our rough edges. It purifies our motives and deepens our capacity for love and empathy. A personal encounter with grief. A grief observed. Lewis's insights on suffering are perhaps most poignantly expressed in A Grief Observed. This deeply personal reflection on the death of his wife, Joy Davidman, reveals the raw and honest struggle of faith in the face of loss. Lewis doesn't shy away from expressing his anger, confusion, and doubt. He questions God's goodness and wrestles with the seemingly unbearable pain of his loss. Yet even in his darkest moments, Lewis clings to a thread of hope. He recognizes that his grief is a testament to the depth of his love for joy, finding the light in the brokenness. Throughout his writings, Lewis emphasizes that God doesn't cause suffering. However, God can use it for our ultimate good. Just as a potter molds clay, God uses our experiences, including our pain, to shape us into vessels of his love and grace. Lewis believed that suffering can lead to spiritual growth. It can make us more compassionate, humble, and dependent on God. When we face trials, we are forced to confront our own limitations. We learn to rely on a power greater than ourselves. The refining fire of faith. Lewis compares suffering to a refining fire. It burns away impurities, leaving behind something stronger and more beautiful. He acknowledges that this process is painful, but he also affirms that it's through this fire that we discover our true identity and purpose. Lewis, God whispers to us in our pleasures, Lewis wrote, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pain. It is his megaphone to rouse a deaf world. Our pain, Lewis believed, has the power to awaken us. It can shake us out of our complacency and draw us closer to God. Facing the broken road. Lewis's message is not one of passive acceptance of suffering. It's a call to embrace the broken road with courage and hope. It's about finding meaning in our pain and allowing it to transform us. Life is filled with challenges and setbacks. We will all face moments of heartbreak, disappointment, and loss. But as Lewis reminds us, these experiences don't have to break us. They can make us stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Your journey through brokenness. Lewis's insights offer a powerful lens through which to view our own experiences of suffering. When we face trials, we can choose to see them not as random acts of cruelty, but as opportunities for spiritual growth. We can allow our pain to draw us closer to God. We can seek his comfort, guidance, and strength. As we do, we may discover that even in our brokenness, we are held by love that never lets us go, seeking solace and understanding. If you're struggling with pain or questioning your faith, know that you are not alone. C.S. Lewis's writings offer comfort, guidance, and a profound understanding of the human condition. His words remind us that even in our darkest moments, hope and healing are possible. Take some time to explore Lewis's works. Share your experiences and insights with others who might be going through similar struggles. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. There is strength in community, and there is always hope to be found in the midst of brokenness.